Where is everybody, by the way? Everybody seems to have disappeared.
Yeah.
One.
Hello everyone, this is Deep Patel and I'm going to talk about the reuse of single-use devices. Anybody has idea about single-use devices? Any idea? Yeah. Speak. Well, single-use device is yes.
Injection and everything.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing I am going to talk. That is some devices we just use it for just one time, and we have to dispose them or else we have to throw them away. Next slide please. Today I am going to talk about the history and background of the single-use devices. It's
Can you move the microphone close to you, please?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
It's relevant with FTA, how they govern them and how they moderate these single-use devices. And the third thing is reuse programs, who moderates them and how do they do that. Alright, well, next slide. Next slide. Okay. As we talk about the history and background, single-use devices were first introduced in 1970s. But if we talk legally, then that was appeared 1980s approval. That was hemodialyzers in hospitals. Well, there are mainly two kinds of the single-use devices. That is reusable devices as well as disposable devices. Reusable devices are mainly like they have some directions from the manufacturer on the wrapper or on that devices that this should be thrown away or should be used again with some kind of procedures. And disposable devices usually are not used again, and once they are used, they are not reprocessed. For the single-use devices, there are two categories. That is, one is open and used, the another is open and unused. Next one, please. For these devices, there are mainly two kind of processes followed for their repetitive use. That is, for the first thing, that is open and unused, we reprocess them, repackage them, and re-sterilize. That is how we use them again. And for the second category, that is open and used, we clean them, we check them functionally, either they are performing better now as well as packaging them again. Next slide, please. Well, as if we talk about the current trends and extent of reprocessing these single-use devices, which are also known as SUDs, historically speaking, most items in the hospitals were designated as reusable and were reprocessed and reused. But the use of disposable items became popular because of convenience and reducing the risk of cross-contamination. In a survey of 1998, OR managers indicated that over 4-year period of reuse of single-use devices almost doubled. Reuse of single-use devices raised questions about patient safety, informed consent, and need for equitable regulation of the original equipment manufacturer and reprocessor. why they raise some question, why should we do that, and what are the standards. So FDA standardized some procedures, and they had some suggestions for the reuse of this kind of devices. Uh, okay, next one please. Okay. FDA has some risk prioritization scheme that is responded for the some kind of devices that comes in touch with uh, some kind of organ specifically speaking, as we can see three types over here, that is critical response reprocessed SUDs. These are mainly for the tissues and body spaces like your sensitive parts which can get affected by this kind of devices. So how to make them uh, the way we can use them again. Semi-critical SUDs which comes in the contact of the mucous membranes, and non-critical devices they are just which are just for the topical intact, like if they gonna use them on the skin or any other topical surface. Uh, FDA has some risk categories for this kind of use, like if they have low risk, second is the moderate risk, and the third is the high risk devices. Next slide, please. As I told you, FDA has some requirement for the reuse of this kind of devices. They have some standards, that is validation data required, status of reprocessed devices, labeling requirements, adverse event reporting, and third party reprocessor. If we talk about validation data required, uh, we have to submit some kind of data for the validation, like when we reprocess the particular item, we have to submit the documents and the appropriate things and data to the FDA about the particular items that we are reprocessing again. For the status of the reprocessed devices, in this one, usually we have to keep up to date the FDA about these reprocessed items, whether whether time being they are able to being reused or not. In the labeling requirements, we mention the dates and the processes which we have used for the reuse for the items. And if something goes wrong with the reuse of any single-use devices, we have to report the FDA for the adverse event, so that for the next time, if they have some problem, they can just sort it out by themselves or something like that. Third-party reprocessors. If we think about the reprocessing, then usually hospitals and all those people don't do the reprocessing. They have somebody else to do this process, and they give all these items to those company or those people, and that's how they reprocess the things. For these third-party reprocessors, there should be three kind of characteristics that should be mentioned, like safety, selection, and support. If we talk about the safety, is like reprocessors should have compliant with all the FDA requirements as outlined in their FDA's August 2000 guidance document, which includes quality system requirements. FDA inspection report may also be reviewed. And the selection, the broader the range of the devices the reprocessing companies are using, they should be wide enough that they should have enough equipments and all those stuff for the reprocessing. And the third thing is that support, which we mean by the method for collecting devices at the hospital should be flexible, efficient and user-friendly, like the type of quality reports, certificate of liability, insurance and device tracking capability. Next slide, please. Alright, reuse of programs. These reuse programs are usually monitored by the formation of reuse committees, those who handles all these reprocessing tasks. This decision-making process considers of the internal structure, cost saving, selection of third-party processors, and moreover, these programs should be implemented by the internal people, and as well as they should be reported by for the adverse event and liabilities. Next slide, please. So, any questions?
Okay, any questions for him?
No.
No.
How about some comments on his presentation?
Did you give an example of such devices?
If you think about the examples that can be like drillings for the surgicals, probably the another examples will be, just a second, biopsy forceps, endoscopic like scissors or dissectors, something.
Okay. Alright. Any comments? Does anybody have any comments for him? No comments whatsoever? Did you do such a bad job?
Good job.
Okay. Well, the start was excellent. You started with